welcome back to my channel. My name's Poppy and I do makeup videos and things like that here on YouTube. So for today's video, I'm going to be testing out those Revolution and Makeup Obsession products that I got. So I'm almost convinced that with all the products we have, it will be a full face. Especially now I have their mascara to try, which I'm really excited about. And I also have the Revolution Fierce Wild Animal palette, which wasn't in my haul. I did get it before, but I haven't tried it yet, so I thought this would be a perfect video to try it in. It's just like nice neutral kind of autumnal shades, but that should go really nicely. Now, I don't mind Revolution's palettes. They are pretty decent for the price. So yeah, we've got lots of different products to get through. So without further ado, I'll just get straight into the video. So the first product I'm going to be using is the Revolution Glass Skin Primer. Now I did get the pore blurring stick, but we're just going to go with this glass one for today. And then I'll probably do another video testing out some more Revolution products and use that primer instead. But this one smells really, really nice. I've already done my brows with the Anastasia Beverly Hills. I do have a Revolution brow product, but I just didn't feel like using it because it is a bit darker and I'm not even tanned, so I thought no, the ABH one is a little bit lighter. But apart from that, we should be all good with a full face. Now this makes your skin feel really, really smooth. Even when I just tried it a little bit on my face for the, like, showing you my haul, it felt really, really nice. Okay, now to prime my lids, I'm going to go in with the Revolution Conceal and Define Infinite Concealer. So this is meant to be 16-hour wear, but the time I'm filming this, I won't be having my makeup on for very long afterwards. But I am going to use it as a nice eye base, because concealer works almost as well as my P. Louise, so we're just going to use that instead. So I'm just going to pat that down with a beauty blender. I haven't sat down and done my makeup for ages because my videos haven't been makeup ones for a while, so sorry about that. But we hit over 1,000 subscribers, which I'm really, really excited about, and I just wanted to thank you guys so much for helping me get there. Another thing, I will be hopefully being able to do live videos soon, and I have a little surprise for you for that. So when I announce that I'm putting up a live video, make sure you check it out and watch it to find out. So I'm going to go in with this Revolution palette now. I'm just going to go for a nice neutral look. I did already wash and do all my brushes, so they're pretty clean, which is not like me at all. But anyway, I'm going to go in with this shade down here, like a nice coral tone. I'm just going to see what the payoff is like. I haven't set my concealer at all. Shell and I have just been binge watching our way through the show Dexter, and we're on almost on season 7 now, so we got like 2 seasons to go, and it's getting up pretty good. It's been pretty good throughout the whole thing, really. So as you can see, it's not the most pigmented shadow. I think this palette cost me $20. So it's not too bad, especially if you're wanting to learn and just collect a few cheap palettes. It's really not that bad for money, but in my personal opinion, if I could like start my collection over again in regards to eyeshadows, I'd probably just go for like Huda and Anastasia Beverly Hills and those kind of palettes, and spend a good amount of money on, say, 5 really good palettes, maybe 10 tops. But once you've got a few palettes, you kind of have most of the shades that you need. And also the Morphe James Charles palette is a really good colourful one to start with. So now I've kind of blended that in here, I'm just going to make it a bit darker with this orange shade here. So yeah, it just feels really weird finally putting makeup on my face after so long. But there is, I think, a bit of a good news. They have kind of loosened the restrictions on dentists at the moment, so it's gone from a level 3 restriction to a level 2, so we still can't do cleans and things, but we can do a little bit more, which should mean I'm at least working a few days next week. So that will be good. Start getting into a bit of a routine. Because after you've been off for a while, as much as I have really enjoyed it, you get a little bit bored after a while. So I'm just going to go in the same brush again with just this darker brown shade. But yeah, hopefully we'll be back to normal soon-ish. I mean, we haven't really had any new cases that I'm aware of in my area, which is really good. So yeah, let me know how it's going where you guys are. I hope everyone's kind of staying inside when they can. We're only kind of going out to do a little bit of shopping when we need to. Okay, and the last colour I'm going to go in with just this chocolatey brown shade right in the corner. So this would be a nice basic everyday palette. And I think just for the centre bit, I'm just going to go in with this gold shimmer shade here and just pop it over the top. And I saw someone on TikTok do a similar look to this. If I can find her TikTok, I will link it in the description. And Erin Rose has been doing some really nice neutral looks lately. I started following her for all her bold, colourful looks, but I still really like the crazy ones. Okay. So that's my nice neutral look there, just using this palette. It's pretty basic, but it's really done the job since I didn't set my base. Now the next product I'm going to use isn't a new one, but it's just my Revolution Fast Base Foundation Stick in the shade F6. I'm just going to see how this goes over this primer. I think they have got a couple of new foundations out, but as you saw from my declutter, I already got rid of a couple of their foundations, so I feel like I really don't need any more at this point. Especially since at the moment they're not even shipping anyway, but that's okay. We can wait. And I haven't got the other half of that order yet, but that's okay. When it arrives, I will be showing you what I got. And once Priceline's open, they sell it now too, so it should be good. They just don't have as much stuff as online because they seem to get it later than obviously their main website, but hopefully things will go back to normal soon. Although I've definitely spent less money. Obviously having less means spending less, so that's always good. So yeah, this shade is a bit too dark for me when I don't have fake tan on, but as I've kind of said before, like if I use my exact colour, which is like F2 or F6.5, it's just way too light. I do like it to be a little bit darker, and then I can lighten it up with concealer, because I don't like looking like a ghost. Not that there's anything wrong with being pale, but for me personally, I do like to have a bit of colour there. My brushes feel so soft now they're clean. They feel really gross after a while when you've used them and haven't cleaned them, because I only use them on myself, so I feel like it's not like urgent to wash them every time, but it would probably be a good start. So for this I just use the JH03 brush. Some of these brushes are really nice, but I feel like the eyeshadow ones aren't quite as soft as they could be. I've had Wish brushes that are softer, but that's alright. Okay. Now we're going to go on to opening up the concealer again and just doing the actual under eye and highlighting parts, because this shade is C2, so this is lighter than the foundation. I pretty much choose C2 C2 or C1, or I think I have one in a C 0.2 because that's more like the base, the P. Louise base. So just using a dry beauty blender, I just go in with this. Because a dry beauty blender seems to make it stay on your face better. Learnt that tip from Erin Rose, and yeah, I mean, not everyone agrees. A lot of people do dampen their beauty blender, but and also when you take it out to the sides, it kind of gives you an opportunity to tidy up the sides of your eyeshadow and sharpen it up a bit there if you haven't used tape. My skin is already feeling really, really nice just with this primer underneath the foundation. Like, I do usually use this foundation anyway, but sometimes it can feel really oily, whereas right now it's feeling really nice. So definitely, I think so far would recommend this primer. It does make your face feel a bit oily to start with until you've rubbed it in, so I'm not 100% sure how it would go on oily skin, but yeah, not 100% sure on that one, sorry. Now, we're just going to go in with the JH04 brush and the F11 Fast Base Foundation Stick and just do a bit of light contouring. If I'm tanned and I want a bit of a darker contour, I use the shade F13, which is the same shade that Erin Rose uses when she does her contour with this foundation. But this is just a bit of a lighter one. Just to go, because I don't have my fake tan on, so there's not much point in going hardcore on the contour. So yeah, it just adds a little bit there, and then I can always go over it with a powder, which I actually have out. Revolution is probably my favourite, like, all-rounder brand. As I said, the eyeshadow palettes aren't brilliant, but for the price they're not too bad. But pretty much everything else is really, really good. Obviously I haven't tried their mascara yet, so that will be something I'm trying today. I don't mind this brush for contour actually. I used to use it for blush, but it really allows you, because it's so fluffy, to like blend in your contour properly. Bit of hair is annoying me. That looks pretty good to me. Okay. Now, I'm just going to go over and kind of set the powder. So I've got the Revolution Pro powder in the shade F6, so that's the same as my foundation. So, just going to go in with my Pout Cosmetics brush. I do have a bigger one by the Jaclyn Hill one, but oh, no, I haven't blended in here properly. It's good to have a little mirror in your powder sometimes, so when you're doing it you can see bits you might have missed. No, I don't like to do right the way under my eyes because I do like it to still look a little bit like a brightening effect. So you can use translucent powder if you like that as well. I do have some Revolution translucent powder. I haven't tried it like and taken heaps of flash photography with it, but as far as I can see, it's pretty good. Now, I'm just going to go in with the contour brush again and pick up a little bit of my Revolution. This is the matte base powder, and this is in P10. So it's like the shade lighter than the contour stick, but it still shows up pretty well. This kind of gives my contour a little bit more depth as well as kind of setting the cream. And if you've ever gone a bit too harsh with your contour, you can go over it a little bit with your face setting brush or your foundation brush. And that will kind of dull it down a little bit. Now I don't really want to put too much on my nose, so I'm just going to use whatever's left over on my brush. Not very good at contouring my nose, but I like to give it a little shot every now and then. So yeah, once you've kind of blended it out, usually if you just keep blending it will be okay, otherwise you can kind of save it with the face powder brush. Okay, now I've kind of set that now. I'm not sure if I'm thinking I was meant to use this before I set it, but that's okay. We'll see how we go, and then I can always reset it. So this is the Makeup Obsession Cheek and Lip Duo, so I'm just going to use this on my cheeks, and it's in the shade number 1 Crush. So you just roll it up a little bit, and this is like the Milk Makeup dupes. Now I just need a face brush of some sort. So I've cleaned this little one. This is from Pout, and I believe this was my like powder type blushy brush. I also used it for foundation, but basically I've just gone a light hand and just dabbed it on top because I didn't want to go in too hard and take off all my powder. So we're just gonna dab it on there. Now I've seen that Fenty Beauty have come out with a cream blush, and obviously Fenty stuff, pretty much everything I've tried from them minus the coloured liquid liners I've really loved, but a lot of people are saying they're very small, like they're the same size as the mini kilowatt highlighters that are like, I think they were $20 on Sephora, whereas these blushes are the same size and they're like, I think they're roughly 40 Australian dollars. Which to me, for a cream blush, obviously it's going to last you a while. And with them being small, you don't waste as much product, but I don't know. I'm guessing they would be really, really good. But actually, this is really buildable. And I think this was about, because they had this offer where you get 3 for 2 when I bought the stuff. So I'm pretty sure this was about $5. So obviously, have a look at all the blushes. I've had a liquid blush from Sports Girl and they're really good as well. I just feel like $40 is a lot. I would pay that much to get their foundation and their primer again by Fenty, but I don't know about blush. Obviously if you've got that money to spend and you want to spend it, that's great. But this is like a really good alternative, and also yeah, the Milk makeup. I feel like these are kind of a dupe for that. And we can't even get Milk makeup in Australia. So, but yeah, it's really buildable. If you want a lot of blush, keep going, but I feel like that's just enough for me. And then I've got this highlighter, which is in the shade Swag, and it's the same thing. You just roll it up and you just swipe it, and it's like just a little bit of shimmer there. So what I might do is kind of do the same thing, except we're going to use this little brush, put a little bit on there. Now I could just swipe it on my cheek, but I just feel like building it up is better. You could probably put it on with a finger as well if your brush isn't working that well. Like this is already making it a little bit dirty there, so I'm not 100% sure if I'm applying it in the best way, because I don't really use these kind of highlighters. I like my powder highlighters. It gives you a nice dewy effect. But yeah, see, I've got a little bit on my brush there, and then you just kind of patting it on. So yeah, if you want a dull, like not a blinding highlight, I suppose this would be a good way to go. But it's not what I usually go for, but it should be alright. We're getting there. And it doesn't seem to be taking off my makeup too badly. The underneath stuff. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do my mascara and test out this. So I'm really excited to test this out. It's their Revolution Curl Elevation Curling Mascara. Now, I haven't tried a Revolution mascara before. They have got a lot to choose from. You can get like volumizing ones, curling ones, lengthening ones. There's like a fair few to choose from. So I was going to buy a few at a time, and then I thought, well, I need to definitely go through my mascara. So that's probably going to be Wednesday's video, going through my eye products. So I can get rid of a few mascaras before then. Okay, so trying to curl upwards without making a mess on my lid. So there is a little bit of mascara up the top here, but usually I wait till it dries and then just pick it off because it makes less mess than trying to get it off with the cotton bud. Now we'll do the other eye maybe first. So far I'm really liking how this look has turned out. It's nice and full coverage, which is why I really like the Fast Base foundation, because it definitely covers everything up that I need it to. Yeah, I feel like there's no other product in the Revolution range that I don't like, other than, I feel like until you get really down to like halfway through a shade, then the palette really seems to like feel a lot more smooth, the shade. But yeah, I don't know. There are better palettes out there for a similar price, but if you're looking to get like all your stuff from the one place, definitely recommend Revolution. And I've done a fair few videos on testing their products. This mascara isn't bad. Probably need to use like a curler as well, but I don't usually do that. Oh. We'll see what it's like on the bottom lashes. It may make those a bit nice and curly maybe. So it definitely puts some definition on those lower lashes. The upper ones could be better, but it's not too bad. Okay, might just do a little bit more on the top there just to get it sticking up a bit more. Okay, now we're on to lips. So the lipstick I got was the, it's like the Lustre lipstick. It's by Revolution Pro, and it's in the shade Corset. So it's this really nice nude shade. Wow, that is really nice and shiny. Those sparkles definitely come out when you apply it. So yeah, those sparkles definitely come out when you apply the lipstick. I would definitely buy more shades of this because it's so pretty. And yeah, you probably don't need to apply any gloss, but because I got the Makeup Obsession gloss, it's meant to plump them. I'm just going to apply a little bit, so it's just clear, no glitter or anything. You can smell there's like minty smell that kind of would help to plump them. And it just makes your lips a bit more glossy as well. So one item I did almost forget to try, I had it sitting in the drawer there, was the soap brows. So because I already did my brows, I kind of just forgot about it. So I'm going to take this out gently this time. I've got my little brush here, so basically I'm just going to spray it with some setting spray. I'm just going to use my Urban Decay one because this is the one I have out, even though I wouldn't say it's total waste. Okay, just do a couple of sprays, and plus then my face will smell a bit like cherries. So you just get your little brush and you just scrape a bit up, and you just get it here, and then just kind of fluff the brows up a bit. So instead of using a brow gel, you just use this brow soap. And then you just do the same for the other side. So it's nothing too dramatic, you just make them look a little bit more fluffy. Now they're not going to look this fluffy for the rest of the video because I've just added this. I filmed this after I finished the video because, yeah, as I said, I almost forgot about it. So yeah, my brows will go back to looking kind of not as fleeky, but basically you just do that, leave it there, and there'll probably be a little bit of residue left there for next time. Yeah, I really like the way that looks. Still looks kind of natural even though I've put on my brow pomade as well. So yeah. Okay, so basically I've tested out all my new products that I got. I'm really happy with all of them. Yeah, I mean the mascara wasn't too bad. Like I've tried better mascaras, but as I said, if you want to get everything in the one place, I would still say grab one of them. I might just go for like a lengthening one next time rather than the weird curling one, because really you can just kind of use your eyelash curler and kind of stick them up yourself. This eyeshadow palette hasn't really disappointed me actually. I don't mind it. And everything else is kind of, yeah, I'm happy with the blush stick. It looks really, really nice and dewy, and it doesn't take off your makeup underneath, that I can kind of see so far. So the highlighter stick is really good. You do have to kind of build it up, but really you can still see it there. And the primer just feels really, really nice. Like my face doesn't feel sticky or oily or anything at the moment. I mean, it could change if I was to leave this look on for longer, but all in all, I'm really, really happy with how this look turned out. So if you liked it as well, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks, Petals. Bye.